So, to start off with, how's your tour going so far?
I mean, it's a short one, but it's a really good one. I mean, it's our first ever headline tour. People have been going nuts, which is nice to see, because we've done, when you first start out as a band and you get these shows, you play like pubs and clubs, but you're the last band on, so technically you're the headliner, but technically you're not. And it's kind of, it's a nice progression to get to this point and see these gigs, like people coming to see us, and with the last band on. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this.
it's like legit, basically. Yeah.
So obviously you just got off your tour with Spring King and then straight onto the headlining tour. How do you feel like this can affect you mentally and physically, I guess?
Well, you got to find ways to cope, really, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, neither of them have been we've done really hard tours in the past, me and Paul especially, when we've been around Europe in a little kind of RV thing, and we've had to sleep in really bad conditions. But these tours now, they're not bad. I mean, we still like sofa surfing, but they're so easy, and it's like whatever kind of hardships we have to go through as people and as a band, they're always justified at 10 o'clock at night when you see people going nuts, and it's just I don't care where I'm sleeping tonight, I'm just enjoying it myself right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think a great deal of preparation goes into it. Like I myself, when I know I'm about to go on tour though, I tend to exercise quite a lot and stuff, because I know I'm going to be eating really crap food and not getting a lot of sleep. So I try and catch up basically as much as I can when I'm not on the road. And that helps.
It's difficult to look after yourself, because you can cater to yourself to a certain degree, but at the same time you're all in it together, and wherever you stop you've got to eat, so whether it's crap or whether
so it's like KFC and beer every day. But then I live like a saint when I'm not touring. I don't pretty much even drink or anything anymore.
So you recently released a music video for ADHD, and with that and with the song as well, what were you trying to get across to your audience?
Well, when I wrote it, the lyrics, I just kind of it was just I sat down and I was like, I want to write a song today. And whenever I write something, it's never, I never sit down and go, I'm going to write a song about this. So it's just what came out really, and I didn't expect it to become such a talking point. You know what I mean? It's good that people are talking about it. I think it's great that there's such a discussion going on around the song and stuff, and the subjects within the song. But I never intended it to be like that. So, I guess I didn't really think about it at the time.
Have you got any other songs that you say would probably be about mental health, or try and help people with problems with mental health?
Indirectly,
yeah. I don't know if you've listened to Haunted, but that's I wrote that at a time when I kind of tried to move to Leeds for myself, and I was in this house with people I didn't know, and I was just laying in bed, and these people were really weird, and I was just laying in bed one night, and I was just you just hear them banging on the roof, and it's I was just oh god, because I was living in the basement as well, so everyone that did everything, just all these bangs and noises, I could hear everything, and I was just thinking, what are they doing? And it's just don't let my mind wander off kind of thing. It's just because I never really went out my room, to be honest. I was a bit depressed. But, it's good that song's indirectly about that, but it never directly.
And I guess Black Sheep is kind of that when I was at uni, and that's kind of, at the time I was suffering with my symptoms of I've tattooed bipolar, and I was undiagnosed at the time, so I didn't really know what it was, but I knew it was something. And the song is kind of about just how I felt at the time about lots of different things. So I guess that's about, it's just a bit of an inner monologue.
All the best songs are about crap things.
Yeah, but I mean, I think now they've, like we sort of mentioned earlier, they've taken on a bit of a life of their own. People, I think it's best not to talk too deeply about exactly what they're about, because people then gives room to put their own meaning to it, and it helps other people in other ways who don't suffer or have the same specific problems that we have. So
Were there any songs that helped you guys through difficult times or have influenced your music in any way?
Yeah, I love. I'm talking about with my friend Rene, he's a photographer from Germany who's come to join us for the tour. He was talking about how much he loves Oasis, and I was saying like not so much just Oasis, but there's so many like big tunes like that are classic like staples of British and the like history, and the reason they are is like I think because like they make you feel something, and they like you relate to it in some way, and it either helps you through something, or it's like, or it's just like a really good, you attach it to a really good moment. So yeah, I think for me it's just kind of all the big tunes ever.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've never turned to music for the specific reason of help. Although I do listen to a lot of tunes and different pieces of music that make me feel something very unique to that song. But yeah, to say I would have turned to like a piece of music looking for help through a situation or a difficult time, it's yeah.
I'll tell you what though, I'm thinking about it now, there is one specific record that's Tame Impala's Currents is like came out at the same time as I broke up with my long-term girlfriend, and that is literally what the record is about. And because he was going through the same things that I was going through, it really helped because I didn't feel like I was on my own. Even though I don't know him, I've never met him, he's singing about stuff that I was going through at the same time. So it's like, cool man, solidarity.
Yeah.
So that record helped me, I guess.
So how do you feel that you can support your fans in not only live shows but with your music as well?
We're always, in the sense we're always there for anyone who wants to, like hopefully we are becoming something that fosters a community and helps people feel part of something, but that's just what happens when you we never, it's not something that I've really given that too much thought to be honest.
Yeah, I think that kind of thing happens organically. Like, you get to a certain point and people kind of, everyone has their own interpretation of like a certain song or a certain lyric or whatever, and those people, if they get talking online or at gigs about these songs, it can foster these relationships. And I suppose it doesn't really feel like we really do anything. Like we're just doing what we would do anyway. Well, so I feel a bit of a fraud being like, we help people, but I hope we do. But it's not really. We'll put on the show tonight. Hopefully, we'll do the show, and lots of people will come in, and they'll all feel together and part of something and positive, and that will be a good thing. But we would be here anyway if there was like one person there. So I feel a bit like I don't feel like I can be like super people because I don't really feel like I do. But if we do, I'm glad about it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. We've played gigs in the past where we've been a little bit kind of disheartened with the turnout, for want of a better way of putting it, and we've seen like we've heard of like one or two people that have come specifically to see us. And we've just been like, that means the world to us, and regardless of how many people there were in the room at the time of us playing, we just would have gone for it for them. I think that's the most that we can do as a band.
I think it's a two-way thing. Yeah. Like people would probably say the same thing, like they just come to the gig because they want to do it, but they help us as well. We feel the love sort of thing. So hopefully it's a two-way street is what I'm trying to say.
So how can we as fans help you as musicians?
Buy our stuff.
That's
all you can do. Just buy our stuff so we can keep going.
No one buys records anymore, but buy tickets to our gigs and buy merch, and that alone will power us on. Like
buy tickets to gigs and go crazy.
Yeah, if more people do that, then we will keep on going. And we'll keep on growing.
Just turn up to gigs and go mental because that's what we live for. Like we had one of our best nights ever as a band the other night in Leeds. Our last show in Leeds was absolutely incredible. Like we've been working towards that moment for about 3.5 years, and to see a room full of 150 people just going nuts and just singing the words at us was everything we work for. So, and it just the energy, as you say, like. How can you help us as a band? How do we help you as an audience? All that energy in that room just reciprocated between one party to another, and that's it.
Yeah.
And buy our CDs.
And if we start making shit songs, tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah. if we start going off the rails and losing what you like about us, constructively let us know.
That's great. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Alright,
Thank you.
no worries.
Cheers, thanks for your time.